Hey guys, all right, let's try this again. I started recording. Supposedly, I started recording. I was about halfway done with this when I realized that I was going to push pause to kind of pull the nails out and set them out and then continue recording, but I realized that I didn't hit record, and so I was going on and on forever and had not hit record. So let's try this again. Okay, so we are going to be creating our sizing chart this week. Okay, so these are some of the materials you'll be needing for the sizing chart. So let me go over that really quick. A paper cutter. Always, you want to make sure that you have a paper cutter when you're cutting anything, especially if you're going to mount, like I'm going to be mounting this sizing chart over this little bow scrapbook paper. If I were to use my scissors and I cut this all crooked and I have a nice clean straight edge right next to it, it's going to look very unprofessional. So a paper cutter is hugely important. If you don't have one, scissors is fine for the project, but if you do have a paper cutter, or if you're launching your business for press-on nails or anything, paper cutter is very important. I like this one. This is the Friskers or Friskars. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it has the, let me see if you can see it. You see that little string? It's almost like a guitar string. When you put your paper in, you align your paper here at the base, this little baseline. Wherever that little string is, that metal string is, that is where that blade is going to come run through and cut. So I love this particular one, is my favorite. I use it all of the time when I do all my cutting. So that's for sure paper cutter, what you're going to be needing, or scissors. Mounting tape, for sure the foam 3D mounting tape. It's called various things. Double-sided sticky. It's sticky on the back and the front, top and bottom. Okay, this one's pretty wide. There are smaller, thinner ones. Thinner strips is fine. This is my favorite brand. I get this at the dollar store for $1. You can get these at Walmart or at Hobby Store or Office Depot, but this roll is probably about $4. So I always get my mounting tape at the dollar store. Okay. No sense of paying a lot of money when you can find it cheap. Now, you can also use double-sided sticky tape for this project. If your nails are short, it works better. If they're longer or if they're curved, it does not work very well because you're working with a curved nail on a flat surface with the flat tape. So that's why the foam tape that's 3D, that's pushing up off of the surface of your paper or board or cardstock or whatever you're using, it works the best, okay? But if you do, double-sided sticky tape works fine. The 3M works pretty good. The scrapbooking paper, scrapbooking double-sided stick tape, they have a particular name for it. I forgot, scoring tape or something like that. But the stick is very strong. It's stronger than the 3M. So the scrapbooking tape works well if you don't have the foam tape. Okay. All right. Then you also need your nail tips. Now we need you to take a set of 10 nail tips from your collection of your 70 nails that you did last semester. Okay. So you should already have those. Just take 10 nails and you're good to go. And if you don't have those, then you'll have to create a new set. Okay, so I'm going to be using these here from Mac Art or Macart. I honestly don't know how they pronounce it, but it does have 0 to 9 or 10 in here. So I'll be using these as well, and I got those off of Amazon. All right, so then I'm going to be using cardstock. So this particular cardstock, and let me get my little package here. I had it, and then I recorded and I put it away. But here, I'm going to be using from this Recollections is the brand, and it is the Get Glam pack. And so it has a bunch of really cute little cosmetology type, beauty type images, I chose the one with the bow because it's going to go with my unicorn packaging that you've seen that video already. So we are going to make sure that it matches. I didn't have unicorn paper or any more of the teal paper, but my logo is pink. And then this is pink, and my packaging for my unicorn is pink. So it kind of goes together. All right, so let's talk about, so I've already, sorry, I've already thought I recorded, but I didn't, but I already cut this out. This is a regular piece of paper, and I did this on a Word document. So disclaimer, these are not my images. I took these off of, I borrowed these off of the internet, off of Google search, or Google Images. I did leave the names of the whoever they belong to on here to give them credit because I did not create this. It's just a copy paste, okay? And this was a free a little icon that they had on there, so it doesn't have the link to, you know, wherever I got it from. All right, so, but you have a logo that you've already created for your press-on nail business, okay? If you drew it, then you have to draw it on here. If you digitally created it, then just insert it into your Word document, like I created this on a Word document. If you drew it and have a picture of it, then insert the picture on there, okay? If you can print it out, that's even better, okay? So here is my logo. So you can set up however you want. This is just how I did it. And then instructions on how to measure. Okay, we went through that last semester, so you know how to do that. And then the 0 to 9, the little fingers with the nails, and I'm going to be putting the nail tip over the top of each one of these little fingers here in just a second. And then these two are from different companies. I just wanted to give you examples so you can have written explanation on how for the client to measure with the ruler, the measuring tape, and the tape how I taught you last semester, or you can just have, you know, the explanation of, you don't have to have both. So what this is a sizing chart or sizing card. Card. Okay. So you have a press-on nail business. Okay. You have a website. The client goes onto your website. They look at your nails, your designs, and let me go grab my set of nails. Okay, y'all, I just about cried because I thought the computer deleted my video, but it didn't. I was trying to push pause so I can go get my little sample that I did of the unicorn nails, and when I did, the computer went crazy. Anyway, so, okay, I am going to now pull these out really quick. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. So we've done the packaging already, right? Got a video on that. You've seen that, how we package that. You see how like it matches, it's pink, cute, etc. Okay. All right, so client, and this I cut because I demoed, you know, the smaller packaging. Anyway, so the client, you have this, you created this design, and you have this on your website, and it's your unicorn, you know, series or your unicorn collection, or, you know, it's this, you know, Christmas or Valentine's or summer or whatnot, okay? Client wants to buy these from you, okay, the press-ons. So how do you, the service provider, send the client a set of nails that are going to fit her fingers, her fingernails, right? How do you make that happen without having any physical contact with your client? So you have what is called a sizing chart. So this sizing chart is going to show the client how to measure their nails so that they can then tell you, okay, well, I need a size, you know, 1, 2, 5, 5, 3, 4, 6, whatever, okay? And so then that way, when you get that feedback from the client, you know that this client, that nail is going to be a 9, this one's an 8, that one's an 8, that one's a 7, a 6, and a 3, okay? And this is a 2, this one's a 5, a 6, a 7, or whatever, you know? So that way you create the nails, you size and shape them, file them for your client. When the client gets them, they fit their natural nails, okay? They may have to do a little filing here and there, but pretty much you get it as close to their natural nail as possible. So you want to give them good instruction, okay? Again, you can give them the instruction of how to measure with the tape, the ruler, the measuring tape, or you can just give them written instruction on how to measure with the nail tips that you send them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. And sorry, I was out of frame there. These here are the coffin nails. Okay, and so these I got off of Amazon. Love, love, love this brand. Not sponsored. So we have our nails in order. 0 is the bigger one. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is the smallest size. Okay, so this particular brand has, I don't know how many tips are in here, but I'm going to go ahead and take out one of each because here I have my 0 to size 9. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nail and put it right over the little finger on my sizing chart, or some people call it a sizing card. So I'm going to tape that. Now I don't want to glue it because I want the client to be able to take that off of here and be able to put it on their nail, file it, or play with it or whatnot, right? Okay. So I'm going to show you how two ways people do this, okay? 2 ways. And this is going to take a minute. I want to push pause so I can go off camera, do this, and then come back, but I'm afraid that the computer is going to get messed up again. So you're just going to have to watch me pull every single one of these out of the bag and then put them down, and I apologize for that. All right, so here are 2 ways that people do this. Or there's more, but the 2 basic ways, okay? Remember, there's never just one way to do things. There's several ways to do things. With these here, when they come in these baggies, I always like to get the containers and put my tips in the containers because it's easier than the baggies. But these tips, let me see, have the little number on the very, very tip end of the nail tip. So if you ever forget or whatnot, you can just look at the bottom of the nail. Okay, so these are the coffin nails. Okay, so here are my little nails that I have. So here's 2 ways that people, that service providers offer or use the sizing chart. Okay. One way. Client goes on my website. Oh, client calls me and says, "Hey, I want some nails." Great. Okay, here's the link to my website. Please order a sizing chart or sizing card and follow the directions on it, and then email it back to me, respond to me, or mail it back to me. There's different ways to do it. Okay. Client goes on the website, orders this for a few dollars. You do have to charge again because it takes you time and product to make this. Okay, you do have to spend money on this, so you want to make your money back. Plus, there's shipping and handling. So, service provider says, "Okay, you know what? Go on there." I'm sorry. The client goes on there and says, "Okay, I'm going to order this here." So it takes a few days for this to get to the client. The client gets this little packet, this little sizing kit. It comes with a nail file, maybe a orange wood stick so they can push their cuticle back. Okay, so client gets this. It has instructions on here, and it says take each nail and measure it starting, you know, the bigger one's the thumb, the smaller one's the pinky. You can tell them by number or not. You can tell them that the number's at the bottom. Not everybody knows that because not everybody's a cosmetologist, right? So tell them, you know, measure which nail tip goes best on which finger, okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to give me feedback. Email me back, message me back, or fill out the form on the website with your name and information and say, okay, I bought the sizing chart and these are my sizes. So on my thumb, I need a size 2. On my middle finger, I need a size 3, etc., etc. Okay, this is my right hand and this is my left hand. So again, they can either, the service provider can say, okay, well, I need you to email it to me. I need you to text it to me, DM me. I need you to, you know, fill out the form on the website, and then I print it out, and on there says your name. It says what nail, you know, design you want, what shape you want, and it says which nail size goes on what finger, right hand, left hand, okay? Then once I have that, service provider has that, the service provider then gets the nail tips and files them on the sides. Of course, picks the right number and files them on the sides if they need to. If not, just takes the actual number and then just does the design on the nails and sends them out to the client. Now, if there's any filing to be done, if the client says, oh, well, my thumb is a 0, it just needs a little bit off the corners, maybe you get the service provider's like, okay, well, this is what they noted, I'm going to take off just a little bit. It's better not to do a lot of filing because then you can send your kit home with a file and the client can file the nail before they put it on. But some service providers, they will file for their clients, especially if it's a client that they know already, then they'll file it for them. It depends on, you know, the client and the service provider, okay? Another way that they do that I've seen it done is, and especially if it's a client that they know already, or, you know, this is how the service provider likes to work, which is fine. Again, there's different ways to do your business. They will send a set of nails. Okay, and two sets of nails. There's this set here, and then one more set. Okay, obviously it costs you a little bit more because you're doing, you know, 20 nails instead of 10. And then it comes with a file. And then the instructions are on here. Okay, place each nail on your finger and then file the base, file the base of each nail tip to match the finger that you would like. And then mail the nail tips back to me. And then there's packaging stuff in there, mailing stuff so the client can mail the actual nail tips back to the service provider. That's a little bit more work, a little bit more money it costs, but I have seen it done that way as well. So you have to kind of see what works for you as a service provider and what your clients like. A lot of times it's just the first way that I explained it is how it works, okay? But again, there's a variety of ways people do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you with all 3 different tapes. So if you were to take the double-sided sticky tape and I would put it over the finger, okay, and then take my nail. Now this is really not going to stick because it's too wide. And push it down. Now, for this project, if all you have is this, that's okay. But if you're going to be mailing this, this is not okay because it's not going to work. Okay, so that's with that tape. I'm going to show you with the double-sided sticky tape with the scrapbooking. So I'm going to take it, I put my finger down, and I just rip out. So then I take it and I put my with sticky part facing down, I push down and then I peel the back part of the sticky. 1 second. Okay. Then I put my nail right over that. Okay. Again, it sticks okay? But it does not stick very good, see? Okay, so you want to make sure that if you're going to be mailing this to really, really do it good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, now remember like in this one here, right? It's going to stick, everything's going to stick to whatever extra, you know, like this piece right here, it's going to stick to everything. So what you could do is you could take, and they also sell them this way, but you can take your mounting tape and you can take a bit like so, and you can put it, let me see here, like so on the tip, okay, like that, and then you can cut it. Take away the double side, so you have your nail tip with the tape on the tip, and then you can put your nail down like so. Okay, so you're not covering your image. And even if you do cover it, it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's take our double-sided sticky tape. You're going to put it down on the bottom. Okay, sticky side down, pull the tape off, and then push this down like so, and then your nail is there. Now you are covering your design, but no big deal because it's just the finger, okay? Now if you wanted to, I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. Should you have this tape, okay, let me show you how. Would be the easiest. Okay, so you have this big, now they do sell it in a thinner size, but I did not see that they had any this time. Now, anytime you use scissors, always designate a pair of scissors for your tape cutting, because the sticky from the tape over time transfers onto your scissors and it ruins your scissors. So I'm probably not going to be able to take that off, so I'm just going to leave it. So I cut a really thin slice here. So I'm going to take it, I'm just going to put it right over that one because I'm not going to bother trying to take that off. And I'm going to peel the back of that tape there. And so now there's tape all along that, my double-sided, and I can come in and I can nicely align my nails right over my image of the finger. Okay, so I would typically pause the video, do this, and come back, but I'm scared to mess with the computer, so you're just gonna have to watch me. Sorry. And one more, and there we have it. Okay, so I made that a little too short. So there we have 10 nails. Okay, you can see the measurement on the bottom. You can see the size on the tip. Okay, and there we have it, nice and clean. So this is pretty flimsy, which is okay, no big deal. But if you're going to be charging your client for this paper, for this sizing chart, to make it, you know, hold some value, you want to really, you know, make it nice. So I'm going to take some of the double-sided double-sided scrapbooking tape, and I'm going to put some tape on all sides, and then I'm going to, for support in the middle where the nails are, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to take off. Speaking of nails, I really need a manicure, but y'all, with a baby there is no point of having nails done. You wash so many bottles and you pick the baby up and you don't want to scratch him or poke him, so no nails. Anyway, so, and no time, definitely no time. So you're going to go ahead and take this here, and depending on, of course, your mailing package, how you're going to do all of that. So you want to push it in, down, go across, nice and smooth, and then we're going to take our paper cutter. And again, like I said, if you can cut this with scissors, watch, let me show you. Even if you do like I'm going to go a little bit bigger. If you do as smooth or straight line as you possibly can, it's still not as pretty or perfect if you use a paper cutter. Okay, so to the eye, right, to the untrained eye, and of course I left more space, so it's pretty decent, right? But I can see here has a little bit of a curve going up here. So you always, and then it's not even, right? This side's a little bit thicker. So you always want to make sure you measure out, let me see here. Where am I at? Okay, that's about that much. Okay. So you always want to make sure to measure out even, really nice, smooth, straight, consistent. You want to make sure your product looks professional, especially if you're making your clients pay for it. They definitely need to feel like it was worth their investment. Okay, so there you have it, and your client can keep this card for future reference. If you know, oh well, the pinky was too small or too big, they can keep this because this doesn't change for you. Okay, so there you have it. It's a little bit more thick. It's not as flimsy, although it's still flimsy because it's not like a crazy thick paper, but it's still good. So from here, I would take this, I would put it in a little mailer packaging in the mail, send this out to my client that purchased it for a few dollars, and then just wait, you know, for her to send this back to me with the measurements, or fill the form out online, or send these back or whatnot, however you decide to do it for your business, and then we're good to go. Okay, so this is a sizing kit. This is how you make your sizing kit, and then I also put some examples in Schoology for you, especially one of a former student, Gigi, that she does nails now, and you can definitely see her work on Instagram, Nailed by Gigi. She does a great job. She had launched her own business, press-on business as well, especially during these COVID times. And so you can see, follow her. This is a student that sat in your chair a few years back and is doing great now. So you can take a look and see at her her success and her business, and give her a like as well since you're on there. All right, so this is your sizing kit, okay, or sizing chart or sizing card. Again, people call it different things. So what I need you to do is you're going to create one of these. Okay, so I took the nails from the coffin from the package, but you take a set of nails from your 70 sets, okay, 70 set of nails that we worked on last semester when we did all the sizing and all of that. Remember I told you we're going to be using all 70, so you used one set of 10 to create your love themed nails last week. This week, you're going to be using one of those nail sets to place on your sizing card. So if you don't have those nails, you just have to create a new set of nails, okay? So go ahead and be creative, do your best. If you cannot print something out, that's okay. You can draw it out, no big deal. But you will need to create this final product, and what you need to do is take a picture of it, because you're going to insert that picture into the PowerPoint that you're going to be turning in and presenting in class on Friday. So please make sure you take care of that. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Thanks for watching.